you must have a general shop for print on demand in these platforms. What's going on, guys? It's your friend Jack here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about niche and general shops and why I think you must have a general shop, especially if you're going to be selling on Redbubble, Etsy, TeePublic, or anything like that. Merch by Amazon obviously goes without saying that you don't really build a niche shop over there because there's not really any way to do that. However, we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to tell you guys why you must have a general shop if you're going to be selling on these platforms especially. And I'm going to tell you why you might want a niche shop and why I really think everyone needs a general shop, especially for these platforms just starting out. But before we get into all the good stuff, let me tell you guys, if you want to smash the like button, I'm not going to stop you. But also, if you subscribe, you can be mentioned in one of these shoutouts right here and here and here. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. But with all that being said, let's get into the actual video. Alright, so why would someone want a niche shop? Well, there's a few reasons, and I have opened a niche shop myself to test this, but a lot of the reasons people open a niche shop is because they think they will get more sales immediately because one person comes into the shop and they have a chance of buying more things. And this is true, but when you're on these platforms, it's not going to be easy to get noticed in these big profitable niches without directing secondary traffic to your listings, and then you can build up some organic rank by making sales. So making initial sales on a niche shop is a lot more difficult than a general shop. So to build your standing with these platforms, it's going to take a lot more effort and work because your designs, if you're designing for something like a big niche that's profitable, like funny pugs or something, it's going to take a lot more work to get in front of the right eyes, to actually get in front of any eyes to see your pug designs, because a lot of people are making pug designs that aren't even niche shops. There's just tons of people, there's tons of competition in that niche. So you can't just switch niches when you want to get less competitive. You have to pick one, find it, make sure it's a good niche, stick to it. Ideally, the niche you put your niche shop in is not so crowded and it is kind of niche down a lot. But when you niche down too much, you can't really make thousands of designs for that niche. It's really hard to do that. So what you want to do when you make a niche shop is you want to find a small audience, and that's cool. But if you want to get real traffic to it, you have to bring your own traffic. That's the most effective way to run a niche shop. And if you're going to run a niche shop, you might as well just have your own website. If you're going to be directing traffic to somewhere, make it be your own website or an Amazon listing or something like that. But you can't really have a niche shop on Amazon, so that goes without saying. You could have a niche brand, but it's not the same thing really as a shop. However, why must you have a general shop? Well, it's because of these things. If you don't want to direct traffic to a shop ever, then you are going to want a general shop. You're going to want to be able to profit off all kinds of different niches, take a step in each little pond of these little, profitable niches. If you find a niche and you only have a niche shop and you want to go to a different niche, well, time to become a general shop, I guess. So that's why I think everyone must have a general shop. They need to be able to test and dip their toes in different waters to test different niches. Even if you don't have a niche shop yet and you're thinking about creating one, a really good way to do this is to test niches on your general shop until you can find one that would suit an actual niche shop. And I'm not saying it's the best idea to make a niche shop. Really, it's not. Especially on places where all the traffic is organic and through Google searches and on the website. You might as well make a general shop so you can rank your shop across multiple different niches and get your shop out there without actually advertising it, just by SEO and search. So that's the really big reason why I think a niche shop is not as good as a general shop. And if you're just starting out, I wouldn't even consider a niche shop. I would just go general. It's a lot easier to make initial sales. It's a lot easier to be able to test different things. If you make a niche shop, you can't get the full experience of, print on demand and what you need to do to make sales. So I think unless you want to go the direct traffic route and get your own traffic source, in that case, half of the work of making a sale isn't even the design or uploading it. It's also getting more traffic to see it, which is another task in itself. And for me, I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on making designs and putting them out there in high quality, high demand, low competition niches. That's what I want to do. I don't want to just be battling with hundreds of thousands of listings to get people to see my niche shop. So now we're going to look at some examples of successful general shops on Etsy, and I'm going to show you that there's not really many niche shops on Etsy. Especially all these successful t-shirt shops on Etsy have a kind of theme to them. I wouldn't say a niche. They make funny or family, but they have sections, which in the same kind of accord of being in a niche shop, it does the same purpose. People who want to go there for, let's say, family designs or funny designs can go there for those things. They don't just have to be a funny tees shop, right? So I'm going to show you guys some examples of some successful Etsy shops, and then I'll expand on my reasoning for general shops just being a little bit better in my opinion, especially for someone just starting out. Alright, so the first shop we're going to be looking at is Unicorn Tees, and as you can see here, almost 80,000 sales. So these people are not messing around. They're definitely a full-time business at this point. They probably print their own tees. However, you're gonna see here in the first featured items, they have a tool belt on their t-shirt website, right? So even these people, they are a general shop taking advantage of the generality that Etsy can provide, or one of these companies can provide. You don't just have to sell t-shirts, especially on Etsy shops. People often make the argument, okay, I'm selling t-shirts, I need 4,000 t-shirts to sell all day, every day. No, you need 4,000 crappy t-shirts to be able to make it, right? So what I'm saying is 465 designs. You don't need a million designs. Often people go to niche shops because they don't want to design hundreds and hundreds and thousands of shirts. These people only have 465 shirts. And I'm sure they have had over 1,000 shirts that they've tried in designs, but in the end, they pretty much keep up at 400 shirts or 400 designs, not even only shirts. And they don't go too crazy. And they do have they have a best-selling design. You can see right here, I love my wife, and it's kind of different. I love it when my wife lets me mess around in my wood shop. So they obviously, look right here. They found some success in the wood shop niche. Then they went to a tool belt. So they have all different kinds of things. But my point is that niche shops, they aren't really that beneficial, especially for someone starting out. When we're talking t-shirts, so when we're talking t-shirts, we're not talking everything on Etsy. I'm talking t-shirts, and we're talking niches of t-shirts. So not niches in general, but for t-shirt shops and print-on-demand shops, having a niche kind of kills the momentum in some senses, especially on ways like this. A lot of people come to this Unicorn Tees probably from these other listings, right? And they see these featured things and they're kind of funny, and they apply to a broad audience still, and they aren't very niche down, but it's a good thing because the more people come to their shop, they see funny designs that could be applied to a lot of different people. Most people have someone that has a wife. Most people know a husband and wife, right? So you could get them this shirt as a gift. And there's tons of stuff like that a niche shop just can't provide. When someone's on a niche shop and they go to it, yes, they go there with a very narrowed down search, but there's not going to be as many people going to that shop because it's only for people looking for that search. Where you look at a general shop, 80,000 sales, and people are coming to these listings like crazy. The traffic on these listings is really, really high. All right, we're going to look at another shop, and this is 5 Carats CA. So we're looking here, and once again, only 161 designs. They have 2,600 sales. So these people aren't messing around either, and they're a general shop. Look, they even sell socks. You don't just have to sell t-shirts on Etsy. Honestly, t-shirts is a bit overcrowded, and having sweaters and mugs is also a really good way to make some more sales. But they aren't just niche. They have very, very, a lot of these are trendy designs I recognize, like what the, succulent with the F. Anyways, I don't want to be demonetized, but they aren't niching down that much, and it works, especially on Etsy where people are searching for these terms like crazy. Being in a single niche limits you immensely, and if you're just starting out, I would say you must have a general shop. It is 100% a must in my opinion, unless you want to be someone who is going to be driving traffic to their own shop and kind of making a brand kind of thing. But if you're in print on demand and you came to this video, chances are you don't want to do that. You want to make designs and make sales. You don't want to do all the marketing. That's the thing that's not very fun, and I don't want to do that either. Not whatsoever, but I don't want to make that my main task. I want my main task to be creating designs and researching for good niches. I don't want it to be just marketing my niche shop. So as I'm scrolling down here through these, I typed in t-shirt to find some shops. You're going to see like all these shops, they aren't niche shops. You can kind of tell by just their name, because niche shops will have a pretty specific name for the most part. I can't be 100% sure, But most shops on Etsy are not niche shops, and all the successful big ones are just plain old t-shirt shops, or they sell some mugs too, but they aren't just niche down shops, because niche down shops, they aren't as successful. They can't grab that audience, especially that Etsy brings to the table. They can't grab those 200 million monthly visitors as well as a niche shop can that applies to a lot more people. And for that reason alone, the traffic is going to be a lot less. The competition will also be less, yes. There are some arguments to be made here. But in my opinion, I would rather go general shop over niche shop. And 100%, someone who's starting out, I would not suggest a niche shop until you have a proven niche that actually looks very profitable and has a high demand in your general shop. You test it out over there, then maybe bring it to a niche shop. But if you're on Etsy specifically, I wouldn't say niche is a way to go. I have a niche shop on Etsy, and it has made some sales with a few designs, but those same designs actually sold on my general shop. And honestly, I'd rather just keep it all in one shop so the traffic can build up into one place than 3, 4, 5 different trending, or 3, 4, 5 different niche shops. Alright, that is the video for today. If you guys like this video, found it helpful whatsoever, or if you have some video suggestions, leave them down below in the comments. And if you made it to this point of the video, comment down below giraffe, because there's a giraffe on my screen right now. You can't see it, but I can see it. And thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your friend Jack, and I'll see you guys in the next freaking video. Peace.